Hi everyone, Stephanie Newton here with another video, and today I'm talking about dogma in homeopathy. So I'm someone who does not like dogma in anything. I don't like it in politics. I don't like it in diets. Like I'm on the ketogenic diet, and while you do have to do the diet right, for some people, people just get so dogmatic about it, and I don't like dogma in homeopathy. So today I have 3 points of how homeopathy can be dogmatic. Um, a lot of people will go around saying you cannot. So number one is don't take more than one remedy at a time. Number two is don't treat yourself. And number three is don't combine with other modalities, like other alternative modalities. So don't do homeopathy and essential oils or whatever. While there may be some truth to all of these, in a lot of like Facebook homeopathy message boards, I can see some homeopaths or people who have been using homeopathy for a long period of time getting very dogmatic about it. And I think that it shuts people off to homeopathy, and it's a lot of it really isn't true. So I've been practicing full time now for about 5 years, and I see very complex cases. So I have learned even before studying homeopathy that for very complex cases, you do need often to use more than one remedy at a time. And actually, it turns out to be very effective, safe, and just moves the case along more quickly because you can kind of hit 2 layers at a time or three, whatever. Um, or if you need to be using a pathogen remedy along with a constitutional remedy, you can do both at the same time, and the case will move along much more quickly, and it's less likely to get blocked, especially in the beginning. So, in classical homeopathy, the rule is don't use more than one remedy at a time. And again, I just have found that not to be true. And not only that, as I said already, if you do use more than one remedy at a time, you can move the case along faster. So if I have a new client, I can give 2 or 3 remedies. We may not start all of them at the same time, but if the first one doesn't work, we can move on quickly to the second one, or we'll just combine 2 or 3 and the case will just move along quickly. I work very hard to make sure that people get results in their first 6 weeks so that they don't have to pay me again before they get some level of results. And one remedy may not do that. And a lot of homeopaths will say, just take this one remedy once a month or whatever, and give it a few months. No, the people who come to me, they're often in crisis. They want fast results. I want to give them fast results, and that's what I'm able to do when I don't stick to some of the dogmatic rules that were made centuries ago. And this is great for everyone. So the second point is people will say, don't treat yourself. This one I've slowly, well, okay, here's the thing. The first 6 months I was using homeopathy for my own kids. I was seeing a homeopath, a naturopathic doctor actually, who practices homeopathy. And she was giving one remedy at a time at that time. But she was sort of starting to break out of that. So I stuck with her, and I just started treating my own kids. Like if that one remedy wasn't working, because we were in a crisis situation, I needed the remedies to work and work fast. So I would give them pathogen nosas when they needed them. I would give them whatever they needed. I would switch their remedy. I just did a lot of out of the box stuff. I didn't break my kids. They did great. They're healthy kids 10 years later. And so I learned a lot through that process of self experimentation. I was still working with the homeopath. She was still helping me picking out the right constitutional remedies and things like that. But I did a lot of self management of our cases, and it worked out great. I mean, my kids had some complex things going on, and it started to resolve quickly. So, and as far as being a homeopath and giving advice in groups, a couple things I'm finding is that people are wanting to pick out their own remedies. By the time there's a saying in homeopathy called teeth, and it stands for tried everything else, try homeopathy. I'm not sure if I got that number right. Tried everything else, try homeopathy. And basically what that means is I have tried everything for my condition. You name it, I've tried it. Okay, now I'll try homeopathy. So a lot of times it's the last thing people try. And maybe it's the last thing that people try because it works and they don't need to keep going. But um, it's just common for me to have people come to me after they've been to many doctors, even many homeopaths. Some of them have been to a couple other homeopaths. And so, people are reluctant to take that leap of trying another thing. Okay, now I'm going to try homeopathy. Like some people, they don't want to spend the money until they see for themselves that it actually does have power and it actually works. So some people may want to pick out their first remedy or remedies on their own. So I have gotten a little bit more relaxed about giving advice in a homeopathy group, like, yeah, try this remedy, you're taking the risk, but there's risk in everything. If you go buy herbs at the store, you could have some kind of a reaction, right? So if you're going to dabble, at least know a homeopath, have somebody in mind that you can consult with pretty quickly if you're getting results, but like you don't know what to do next, or the person, or there's a problem and you don't know what to do. So at least have somebody in mind as a backup to consult with. And then the third point is don't combine homeopathy with other modalities. I don't agree with this. Now, the only time I would say don't combine is the first few weeks that you're taking a new homeopathic remedy, because you don't want to change 3 other things over here while you're adding on a new homeopathic remedy, or a new protocol, because you want to observe what's happening, because what happens after taking the remedy will help the homeopath or help you to know what to do next. Do I need to change the potency of the remedy? Do I need to change the remedy and do something different? Do I need to just keep going with these remedies? This is going great. So, you know, do your best not to combine during a trial period of new homeopathic remedies. But other than that, I'm all for combining modalities. In fact, some of the cases that I see, we will plateau at some point, and I will suggest, hey, I think you need to go do XYZ modality, and then maybe the remedies will have another breakthrough, So the case will be improving, and then we hit a plateau. And a lot of times if we hit a plateau, I can change things up and get things moving again, but sometimes not. Sometimes they just need a chiropractor or they need to do something else, and I will make those suggestions when that time comes. So, uh, you know, are there exceptions to this? Yeah. There might be some essential oils you don't want to combine with homeopathic remedies because they might antidote the remedies. That means that make the remedies stop working. And so I don't know that anybody has the absolute answer to this as far as essential oils go. I have personally not seen oils antidote in my house, but that doesn't mean it doesn't happen. I just might not be seeing it. There are times when there's something, somebody's sick in my house and I just throw everything at them to get them better quickly. And it works, like they're getting better. So, would they have gotten better even quicker had I not used the essential oils? Possibly, but I'm pretty sure that I'm not seeing a huge amount of antidoting. With that said, my kids have been taking remedies for 10 years, and I have been taking remedies for 10 years. So I don't know that, I don't know, our bodies just know what to do when we take them. I don't know. We just might not be people who can be easily antidoted. So and some people will say, well, if you do the essential oil and then take the remedy a couple hours later, you'll be fine. There might be some truth to that. I would say that's a pretty good practice. I wouldn't take the remedies and then a couple hours do the essential oils, because then the essential oil will stop the action of the remedy if it's going to. So I would say do the remedies a couple hours or even an hour after the essential oil. So, you could do that. But if you're on a new protocol for a long-term condition, like a chronic condition, you might want to stay away from the essential oils the first few weeks if you can. If you can't, I mean, there might be, you might have been using them all along and need to keep using them for a while. I don't often see cases where the the remedies just aren't working because of something like an antidote. I don't know that I've ever come across a case where the remedies weren't working and we found out it was essential oils. I almost always, I mean, almost every protocol will get some level of result. There's a huge high percentage of people who respond to homeopathy and then will respond on some level to every protocol that they're given. Like I said, until you hit a plateau, but at that point, that's just because something else is needed at that time. It doesn't necessarily mean the remedies are being antidoted. But with that said, I get sort of easily antidoted with coffee, but I think coffee just aggravates me anyway. When I drink coffee, I get a little like chest anxiety, like a little, trouble breathing. I don't feel anxious. Well, yeah, sometimes I can feel anxious on coffee, so I don't drink it that much. But yeah, so some people will get antidoted by things, some people won't. So that's just trial and error when it comes to things like that. But as far as not doing homeopathy with other modalities, no, I don't buy into that at all. In fact, I think it's necessary to do multiple modalities, especially if you have a very complex condition. You've got things going on cognitively, emotionally, physically, several physical. Most people that come to me, they have several physical conditions. They have a couple of emotional issues. Um, if you want to get through those things quickly, throw everything at it. That's what I say. And not everything is expensive. I mean, sometimes, for example, when we did craniosacral therapy, yeah, it's $90 for us. Well, she gives me a discount, but she charges $90 per session, and three of us were going. But we only needed, I only needed about 4 sessions. My younger son only needed 6 or something. My older son, he only did a few. He just didn't want to continue, but he didn't really need that many. So, so for one person, $300 to $500, and you get major gains from it, and you move past some sort of a block or something, that's pretty good. I mean, you're not going to get insurance to cover these things. So yeah, if you're comparing it to a copay, then that's a lot of money. But if you are comparing it to how much it costs to do other modalities, it's not that much. So anyway, that's it. So I wanted to go over the 3 things. And I know that this is a controversial topic. I know that at some point, some homeopaths will probably see this. If you're a classical homeopath, you may say, no, that's dangerous. You are giving out misinformation. It's not misinformation if it's been my experience that my clients do great on multiple remedies, multiple modalities, and sometimes picking out their own remedies. So this has been my experience for 5 years. If a classical homeopath who has never combined remedies before is going to say this is misinformation, well, that's because they've never done it, so they don't know. So, and it's fine if that's the way you believe and that's what you prefer. Some people prefer to only take one remedy at a time. They just feel better knowing like which remedy is doing what. To me, I don't care which remedy is doing what, as long as the case is moving forward. That's the only thing that matters to me. Now, have there been cases where I'm like, okay, I'm confused. Let's back down to one remedy. Yes, but it's very, very rare. Or it's a case where the person has become pretty sensitive. They're sort of overreacting to the remedies. We'll back it down to one. But it's super rare that I have to do that. And oftentimes when I do that, it doesn't solve the problem. So it's just a problem with either detox pathways are not working properly, or they're just super sensitive to remedies in general. So yeah. All right, so that's it. I'm recording this on Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving to you if you watch it today. I don't think you will, because I think I'm going to post it tomorrow. All right, have a good day. Bye-bye.